Greetings and welcome. This is Quest and here are this week's highlights. University of Kashmir conducts a NET examination. Professor Meltzer delivers a special lecture on arthritis and rheumatologic diseases. And 5-day workshop of Department of Economics concludes. Now the details with me, your host today, Muhammad Fahimul Islam. Dear viewers, recently University of Kashmir successfully conducted National Eligibility Test for Social Science and Linguistics. The test is held for teaching positions and fellowships at the All India level. Around 11,000 students from across Kashmir took part in the examination. Department of Chemistry was the nodal agency for holding the examination in Kashmir. University of Kashmir had put all arrangements in place for smooth conduct of the examination. The university had also put observer teams to inspect 15 exam centers. Vice-Chancellor Professor EMMRC personally visited most of the exam centers to monitor the exams and oversee the arrangements. Later, speaking to the Quest team, Chief Coordinator NET Professor GM Pirzada said that the test was conducted at 15 sub-centers across SRINAGAR in various colleges and higher secondary institutions.
11,000 candidates are appearing this time in various disciplines like arts, social science, law, electronics, computer science, and many other disciplines. Now, to ensure the smooth conduct of such a large number, we have generated 15 sub-centers, out of which 4 sub-centers are in the university campus and 11 sub-centers are in various city colleges like SP College, Women's College, EMMRC College, Polytechnic, NIT, and Navakadil Women's College, Islamia College, Gandhi College, so on and so forth.
Professor Pirzada said that conducting NET examination in Srinagar is a contribution towards the society.
It's a big contribution from the University of Kashmir towards the society, because in earlier times, some 4 years back, it was very difficult for a student from a remote corner to go to Delhi or even to Jammu to appear for such a test. But Alhamdulillah, we are able to conduct this test very nicely, and this has generated a lot of enthusiasm and tempo in students, that they are appearing in huge numbers and they are qualifying it with high ranks. This may not be out of place to tell you that in the last examination, UGC NET examination, which was scheduled in December, 200 students have qualified out of 14,200 students from this coordinating institution, Kashmir University, have qualified NET.
We also talked to Vice-Chancellor Professor EMMRC, who expressed his satisfaction over the conduct of NET examination.
I am satisfied in the sense that despite today is a Sunday, all the faculty members in the university as well as the people in the colleges are taking great interest so that this examination is conducted very successfully. One of the very important observations which I have seen, the Dean Academic Affairs is with me. I am grateful to him as well, because all people have taken large interest, great interest in this. We are delighted to see the interest which is shown by the students, because over the last 3 years we have observed the number of applicants in these examinations is increasing substantially. Inshallah, we will try our level best to see to it that the culture of appearing in the national level examinations is promoted in the University of Kashmir, and in future more and more students will be participating in all the examinations of central level, and we will be inshallah able to make a mark.
Professor Shah also said that over the years the success rate of students has improved in the NET examination.
We are also delighted to see that the success rate has substantially improved over the years. Earlier, very less number of people were participating and the success rate was also very limited. But now, we have, I should say that in all the subjects, because in this part, there are about 93 subjects, different subjects the candidates are appearing. The success rate is substantially very high, so it is why we are getting now large number of applications NET qualified for the positions which we advertise in the university or which we advertise for the colleges as well as outside. Not only that, the other day there was 7 days back there was another examination of net examination about ICSSR. There was also a substantial increase in the number of that, because that is for the science subjects, it is for social science, arts and all these subjects. In all the examination taken together, about 18,000 students appeared in the examination last Sunday and this Sunday. And we are inshallah hopeful that the success rate inshallah this time will be also substantially high.
Dear viewers, Center for Career Planning and Counseling organized a special lecture on rheumatoid arthritis and rheumatologic diseases, manifestations and basics. The lecture was delivered by Professor Michelle Meltzer of Thomas Jefferson University Hospital, USA in Ibn Khaldun Auditorium. Students and scholars from home science, pharmacy, biochemistry and food technology attended the special lecture. Professor Meltzer, MD in internal medicine and rheumatology, in her lecture questioned various stereotypes associated with arthritis.
Why is it that some people who have a genetic predisposition don't get the disease? And so we're really looking into, and that's why people who are in nutrition and other specialties, microbiology, come into play. I mean, the most interesting thing is the gingivitis in people with rheumatoid arthritis and smoking. I mean, why would smoking make or trigger a genetic disease? So I think that we really, we all have our little fiefdoms, and so we need to look at our particular area, and then we need people to look at the whole area to see what the interaction is. But changing the gene is a huge deal, and I'm not sure we're going to do that for arthritis. But I think the genetic analysis is important for us to understand who gets diseases.
She informed students that there is a dearth of rheumatologists all over the world, which has hit the overall healthcare of patients suffering from rheumatoid arthritis.
My interest is in rheumatology, and there's a worldwide shortage of rheumatologists. So not just here, but even in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, we don't have enough rheumatologists out there. We've been very successful in treating infectious disease. And as a result, all over the world, people are living longer, but they're not living well. And we had someone in finance, and it is important not just for human suffering that we treat these diseases, but also for productivity. Because if you have someone, I was in Bhopal, and it was really sad. I saw a 37-year-old man that perhaps if we had gotten to him, we could have had him be a productive member of society. And because of his arthritis, he's no longer going to be able to function.
Professor Meltzer also told the audience that in order to sensitize people about the problems and treatment of patients suffering from rheumatology disease, she is going to make a film about it. Dean Academic Affairs Professor M.A. Vani, while thanking Professor Meltzer, informed her that in order to quench the thirst for knowledge, Kashmir has a rich culture of inviting specialists since medieval times.
Sultan Zainul Abidin of Kashmir, he took novel steps to develop Kashmir, and one of them was that whosoever used to visit Kashmir, that time he was searched, and then he was requested if he knew any science, any technology, any art, any craft. If he happened to be knowing one, then some intelligent persons were sent to him to learn that. And it is one of the ways that he was able to develop Kashmir, which even baffled the people who traveled to Kashmir from different parts of the world.
Dean Faculty of Commerce and Management Studies Professor Shabir Ahmed Butt urged authorities that they have a challenge to pursue younger generations for higher goals.
For the people who are at the helm of the affairs in various academic institutions, to see how this future young generation can be motivated to pursue bigger goals in their life, and how this generation can be provided a direction so that they can achieve excellence in their lives, and create and build a future on which can be built the future of this young generation, on which can be built the future of Kashmir. I primarily believe that all of you are very brilliant. Anytime that I walk into any seminar, into any conference, I walk with an assumption that the people I'm surrounded by are far superior, are much more competent, intelligent, know much more than what I know.
Earlier, Director, Center for Career Planning and Counseling, Professor Farooq Ahmed Khan, presented the welcome address.
The kind of work culture which we are facing has really put the man in a different situation where we all the time we have to sit in the cozy rooms, but many things which are being neglected while we are at work. And in that, the one important thing which our bones are suffering. And it's this perspective kept into mind so that we are being made sensitized and made aware what this disease is, how we can cure it. And she is the expert in this field.
The proceedings of this special lecture were conducted by the coordinator CCPC, Mr. Muhammad Ayub Shah. Dear viewers, Department of Economics conducted the valedictory function of a 5-day workshop in Gandhi Bhavan Auditorium. The 5-day workshop was held on extraction, transformation, processing and presentation of micro-level data of NSSO and ASI. The workshop was held in collaboration with the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, New Delhi. Head Department of Economics, Dr. Ifat Yasmin, in her welcome address said that the workshop was aimed at enhancing the awareness of research scholars about the latest tools and techniques employed for data extraction, transformation and processing.
While big seminars and conferences have their own value, but what is needed to augment the core competence of our scholars is to organize focused and target-oriented workshops to build research skills that are so essential in an evolving knowledge society. Number 2, while funding and finance always involves adherence of certain procedures, we need to think out of the box and have a type of single window clearance system for financial support from university to such capacity building programs. The core objective of this workshop was to raise awareness about the use of NSSO data and ASI data in the contemporary research.
Professor J.R. Mujumdar, one of the resource persons for the 5-day workshop, felt that such workshops should be organized more frequently if one has to achieve the finest quality of research.
To extract gold from the gold mines like NSSO or ASI data on which these prospective personalities could have realized, we should extract varieties of product. To me, the gold mine is nothing but purest of the pure milk, non-volatile pure milk, from which you can go on making the products, and the non-volatile milk is again available. Only the thing, there may be some complexities for which the process could have not been progressed much, but you see now the country and the global level, the need is there. We should go on making research, and so many hypotheses we do have, we can nicely extract necessary information, and we can do necessary testing of hypotheses, and we can do necessary correct interpretation, and we can pass it to the policy maker, and make our country proud and the best in the global level.
Registrar Professor Zafar Ahmed Rishi expressed his concern about young researchers who do not start their research with great questions and sound hypotheses.
I found that there were 2 issues involved. One, that we had not asked a great question, we had not framed a good hypothesis. Second, if at all we had hypothesis, then we were not having a good data set. Now naturally, you need to have both of these in case you want to succeed as a researcher. Now in that context, I believe that hypothesis testing must have been discussed during the deliberations. And then if you have to actually now either accept or reject the null hypothesis, you require sufficient amount of data, and that data has to be quality data. And then in that either use this data you have to actually generate on your own, what was called as primary data, or it would be available, it would be there, isn't it? And then the data sets of NSSO and ASI are going to be something very variable because they are very large data sets, and if you mine them, and in our field there is a very thriving science called as data mining. We also mine a lot of data, isn't it, and draw very robust global conclusions about that. Now in that perspective, I believe that you have had access to the very large data sets, agreed? And I believe that you are going to have free access to this data. You can mine it very easily, agreed? Download the information, then examine it, then analyze it, and then draw your own conclusions.
Dean Academic Affairs Professor M. Vani informed people that quality research is a continuous process between a scholar and his facts.
Quality research must be emancipatory. It must be pro-poor, pro-marginalized, and pro-dominated. It's very important. And quality research is always open to corrections. Quality research believes that research is a continuous dialogue between the scholar and his facts. We also seek the support of the scientists, pure scientists, because there is a relation. So it is to be eclectic. We depend on mathematicians and statisticians for their mathematical models and other things in order to be more scientific in understanding a phenomenon that is our subject, that may be under study. Therefore, it has to be eclectic. What we know, what we say that it is to be interdisciplinary. It has to, it has to be both quantitative and qualitative, inductive and deductive. It is not to be mere collection of facts. It has to be interpretative.
Speaking on the valedictory function, Vice Chancellor Professor A.M. Shah urged students that while going for data extraction, one has to understand and identify the focus of research.
The basic question arises to our mind that why we are talking about extraction or collection of data. And the second part of this is that what we are doing with this data. Obviously, very simple answer to that, if anybody is doing a research or he is not doing a research, we are doing it for any other purpose, means we try to extract or collect data because we have to make decisions. We present this data, or we basically are then later on talking in terms of taking some decision. So simply, this is for the exercise of decision making. The basic issue is whenever we are talking about any extraction of collection of data, you have to understand what exactly are the important issues or what exactly are the important attributes on which we should focus, on which we should extract, or on which we should process. The first message in the research work is whenever you are talking about any extraction or whenever you are talking about any collection of data, the attributes or the issues which are very important for your research work or for your decision making needs to be identified what these issues are.
Congratulating the Department of Economics for holding such a workshop, Professor Shah informed the participants that universities are meant to be a place of sharing ideas.
University is wherein we meet, we discuss things, we learn from each other through other sources and the other means. Being together in a workshop for 5 days gives all of us an opportunity to learn these things. Not only that, those people who have come from outside the state, they must have also seen that University of Kashmir is doing certain things in a very superior manner. We are known outside because of some other reasons, but it is not a fact. Fact is, in the university, as I have seen, we are known for doing very, very superior things. Whatever we do it meticulously. I sometimes believe that we should send our students to other institutions as well, so that they understand how much effort our teachers, our departments are putting in this.
Various participants also expressed their opinion with regard to the workshop. Later, Professor Shah also distributed certificates among the participants. That's all for today's program. To catch all the latest episodes of Quest, log on to EMMRCKashmir.com. As always, do send us your valuable suggestions and feedback at quest@EMMRCKashmir.com. Before I take your leave, here are a few words of wisdom. Don't aim at success. The more you aim at it and make it a target, the more you are going to miss it.